90-Day Fiancé is back with new couples and a few recycled ones. Let's get into it. Meet Meitalia. People call her Tatta. That's what I'm going to call her too. She's from Indonesia and a wannabe model and actress. James from Maine is strange. He works for his family business as an elevator mechanic. He tells us it's one of the most dangerous jobs in the world. He then proceeds to tell us about a time his dad lost his fingers while working on an elevator, then had to go to the hospital to get them sewn back on.
Had an elevator run over 2 of his fingers and chop them off, and he had to go to the hospital and have them sewn back on.
James also likes playing in the dirt, climbing trees, and playing with rocks. He calls himself the modern-day Indiana Jones. I think we're going to have to take a vote on that.
Like a modern-day Indiana Jones.
James and Tatta have been together for 5 years and married 2.5. They met on social media, and unsurprisingly, James has no game.
I feel like he don't have any game at all because he just say, hey there. But when I see his pictures, like, he can hot stuff. Yeah.
She says the more and more her and James spoke, she knew he was weird, and that's how she knew she liked him. But Tatta is crazy. She's jealous, and she tells James that if he ever cheats on her, then she's going to cut his hot dog right on off.
Why are you laughing?
Because it's so scary and I get so nervous.
But since Tatta has came over to America, she's been getting sick a lot, and her lymph nodes are all swollen up. She can't swallow, and her head is always hurting. So they plan on moving to Indonesia because they think the doctors will be better there. But the gag is, they broke. They have no job, no real plan, but they're still packing up all their things and leaving. And they haven't even told James's family that they're leaving. And he over here working for them. Don't you think you need to give your family a heads up? Don't you need to put in your 2 weeks? Tatta tells her friend she's moving to Indonesia tomorrow because she wants to get healthy and pregnant. But her friend tells her, I thought James didn't want any kids. How do your friend know your man more than you know your man?
He told me that he wasn't excited about the thought of having children.
She starts boo-hoo crying.
I want to have 2 kids, and then he said before he married, and when we were dating, he said he want to have 2 kids.
James and Tatta take a box of records to this record store trying to sell it because they're broke trying to move to Indonesia with no plan. The guy basically tells them, no.
No! No!
Both of these dummies think that now at this record shop is the perfect time to talk about them not having a plan going to Indonesia. When Tatta leaves in 2 days, literally 2 days, James is planning on going a month after she leaves to collect as much money as he possibly can before going out there, but that won't be enough. They don't even have a place to stay.
I need to make sure that I'm making as much money as I can before I leave. How are we going to make money? How are we going to be able to take care of ourselves when we're there?
No, you are so dumb. You are really dumb.
And even though Tatta is upset that James has been lying to her about wanting kids, she decides now is not the right time to bring it up. Then when will be the good time? You're about to get on a plane right now. Right now, you're about to get on the plane. When you gonna bring it up, girl? These two are idiots. Instead, she decides to ask him, are you gonna miss me when I'm gone? He tells her he's gonna miss waking up to her and that he's gonna miss her laugh. After he makes her cry and she is now sad, he decides now is a good time to tell her we can't bring our dog. And she is devastated. He tells her right before she gets on the plane.
I thought you're coming with us. Tell me right now, when I'm about to leaving? Out of your mind or what?
He promises her they'll be able to bring him over eventually. Turns out there's some kind of rabies outbreak in Indonesia, and once they see any dog, they're going to euthanize it.
I'm sorry.
But the thing is, he's been knowing this for a very long time, and he decided to tell her right before she leaves. He claims he didn't tell her because he knew she wouldn't go to Indonesia to fix her health if she knew JoJo couldn't go. But the thing about me is, I don't play about my dog. Pull something like that on me, we getting a divorce. Now they're off to the airport without James's family even knowing that she's on her way to Indonesia. She doesn't even tell them bye. James tells her that in about 4 to 6 weeks, he'll be over there with her too. He just needs to stay behind to make enough money to go over there, and that once he gets over there, he'll be able to work for her family. But Tatta dropped a bomb on him.
If you work with my family, they won't pay you.
You said it was going to be a job, but now you're telling me I'm not going to make any money working for them?
Her plan was to go there and sell banana chips. She wants to buy the banana chips from her parents, then go sell them for a profit. That's a real thought out plan. Now, just why would they go over there and buy that from you when they can go over there and get it cheaper? You don't think the town be talking? You don't think they know to go over there to get it cheaper? Cause y'all over there tripping. They get to the airport, they're saying their goodbyes, and James is over there ugly crying. We jump to 1 month later where James is packing up his stuff, and even though he's packing, he still hasn't told his parents. And he leaves in 1 week. He pulled this same thing before with his previous wife when he took off to Florida. She didn't like the fact that it was cold over there in Maine, so she made him move to Florida. And when he moved, he didn't tell his family he was moving, just like now. His brother and his brother's wife come over, and that's when James finally lets them know that both him and Tatta are going to Indonesia and they are not coming back. His brother is like, hold on, let me put this dog down. Let me get the facts straight.
Okay, hang on. What do you mean you're not coming back?
He tells them Tatta and the weather are not getting along, so we gotta go. And they're like, oh no, not again. He tells them we're leaving in 1 week and don't tell mom and dad. His brother is like, are you crazy? You have to tell them. Tell them. If I was his brother, I would be running to go tell mom and dad.
So you can run and tell that.
And it just keeps going on and on. He tells them how he promised Tata's parents that he would learn the language and that they would have kids. But he tells them he doesn't even want to have kids. So he's on his way to Indonesia lying. He just over there lying. He don't know the language or nothing. He broke. The parents are going to be expecting one thing from him when he's going to be serving them another.
You don't want to have kids ever?
Not right now, not with the state of the world and everything. I mean, it terrifies me of what you'd be bringing a child into.
I'm like, he doesn't want to have kids. Okay, that's fine. But you need to tell her and not lie to her or her parents, mainly her. She shouldn't have to be finding out from her friend. But the whole this world is bad, yeah, it's bad. The world has always been bad and it's going to stay bad. What is wrong with him? He's just lying. He over here making up excuses, blaming it on COVID. Okay, moving on because that was long. Corona is a 30-year-old birthing coach from Philadelphia. She's been independent and supporting herself since she was 16 years old. She met her boyfriend Ingy when she was vacationing in Iceland. She had been partying all night. She was tired, so he let her sleep in his bed, and that made her think he's the one. The next day came, and she was the one who DM'd him. And now she's on her way to Iceland to move in with him after spending time with each other for just 20 days. No ring, no nothing. They're not even engaged. And yet, she tells her family they're all gonna love him.
Everyone's gonna love him.
I don't know about that.
Granny, have you already decided you're not gonna like him?
I don't like people.
I'm with Granny. I don't like people either. They suck. But they're all over Corona's mother's house, and her granny and her sister all live there too. And they're trying to knock some sense into this girl, but she's just not hearing it. Corona's mother is pretty much deaf, so she's keeping up with all this nonsense on her tablet, and she's not having it, especially after she finds out that she's moving over there to Iceland with him in 2 weeks, and that she's putting off her dreams to go to midwifery school to go over there with him when she don't even know him like that. So they bring up his last name. They're like, what's this man's last name? Inky what?
Did you do a background check on him?
No, because I don't know his name.
What's his last name? What's his date of birth?
Ingy what?
This girl don't know this man's last name. She hasn't even seen his driver's license. And to make matters worse, she tells her family this man is 38 years old and has never been in a relationship before. Family is like, what's wrong with him? What's wrong with him, girl?
He doesn't have a wife. He's never even been in a relationship before.
What?
What's wrong with him? Why he ain't had a relationship? Something might be wrong with him.
They say he must be a killer. Gotta be. That's what it is. We figured it out. He's weird, something wrong with him, and he's a killer.
He's not a killer.
Everybody on the news, they be like, ain't nothing wrong with him. They always show pictures smiling, and then their ass is dead.
Her family then asked her, are there any black people in Iceland anyway? Corona tells them there's like 5. Her mother asked, have you popped off on him yet? Because that's what she does. She pops off. She cannot hold it in. And she says no, because she's been soft partnering him.
What the hell is even that?
She says she soft partners him because it's not fair to unleash the beast on his soft ass. So she's starting off this relationship as a fake and a liar. She's a little dumb too.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb.
Meet Josh. He's 47 years old and loves to play with Legos, which seems to be quite fitting, being that he quit his job several months ago as an HVAC salesman and moved in with his parents. Josh has misophonia, meaning he can't stand noise. Be quiet. Shut up. Shut up.
It's basically the hatred of sounds. I can't focus. My heart will actually physically race. There's been times where I sweat.
How will his wife put up with him? Meet Lily. She's 46 years old from China. While Josh was trying to learn Mandarin and Lily was trying to learn English, they end up meeting online. When Josh notices her pictures, he saw them and said, ooh, I like that. Like I said before, Lily lives in China, but after 2 years, she traveled to America to meet in person. During that trip, Josh proposed to Lily, and a few weeks later, they got married in Vegas. And guess what? They can barely communicate with each other. How fun. Lily has a very successful cosmetic business, so the plan is for Josh to move to China with her in 2 weeks. We see Josh playing the piano, so we think because when he gets up, the piano is playing itself. What kind of witchcraft do he got going on over there? Josh's brother comes over and they both get inside of the hot tub. His brother was able to get a traveling visa, so he'll be able to go over to China for their traditional wedding. But his brother is worried about him because Josh gave away all of his furniture and sold his house. And to top it all off, once he gets to China, he will never be able to work.
So how long can't you can't work there for
As long as I'm there on a marriage visa.
Josh claims he's uncomfortable with the idea of being fully supported by a woman, especially since in China, a man being taken care of by a woman is looked down upon.
I am going to wonder, why does a woman like Lily want to be with a man like me and support me financially?
I wonder the same thing. What's wrong with her? He's still claiming that he's scared that one day she's going to tell him she doesn't want to be with him anymore and leave him out there on them China streets, especially since Lily's house is fully equipped. She has 3 bedrooms, 4 baths, an elevator, and a home theater. Lily is renovating the whole house and a room especially for Josh. She says she wants Josh to feel happy and loved, but Josh is saying that she didn't need to do all of that. She didn't need to do all of that. I was perfectly happy with the apartment that she had. She tells him, I'm so tired. I've been spending so much money on this house. I think I might go bankrupt. Bankrupt. Now Josh is worried about what their life will be like if she's already over there stressing out about money and he can never work. Never work. But she liked the bling bling, so I guess it'll be okay. Something is wrong with Lily. I don't know what it is, but something is wrong with her. Why does she feel like she needs to take care of this grown man? I understand she loves her cosmetic business, is successful, all of that. But something is wrong with her. Statler and Dempsey are back, and just in case you don't remember, Dempsey lives in her trailer and she travels around the UK with her friends and family. She's part of something called the Showman's Guild. They travel around the country for fun all year round. Dempsey is very chill and laid back, while Statler, on the other hand, is the opposite.
I am a quirky weirdo. I think I'm funny, but I don't know if anyone else does.
She's kind of hyper and has ADHD and says that she recently found out that she's a little bit autistic.
I was recently diagnosed with a little bit of
The two of them met online, and after talking for a few months, Statler decided she would visit the UK. But when Statler went to visit Dempsey, she had in her mind that she was going there to move in with her. All of this without telling Dempsey what her plan was. Despite having many disagreements and Statler not wanting kids, they managed to somehow stay together. So now Dempsey is moving her trailer, she's packing everything up in it so she can start her own van life with Statler in the UK. But Statler is going to miss taking a bath, especially being able to pee in it.
Usually I end my bath by taking a pee.
Really? Yeah.
Statler and Dempsey are on a video call, and Statler brings up that this was all Dempsey's idea and that, yeah, it sounded fun at first, but now it don't.
Adventure, excitement, yay! And I didn't really think about the logistics of it, and it's like, whoa, this is a lot to take on.
Statler acknowledges that she hasn't been helping Dempsey at all during this process, and she apologizes for it, but it's just that she gets so overwhelmed.
Being worried about all of that just paralyzes me.
Yeah, they must have a lot to deal with.
Statler says she does still want to do this van life thing with her, but she just gets too anxious and overwhelmed. And when she gets too overwhelmed, she tends to lash out at people. And the people that she dated before did not like that at all, so she may be lashing out at Dempsey inside of that small van. Can't go nowhere. Dempsey tells her friend that she's worried that Statler will not be able to hang with the van life and that she'll be too stressed out.
I am worried, yeah, that she's just going to worry all the time and she's not ever going to be in the present, or like what little things are going to stress her out, because she says little things stress her out.
This will not end well. Moving on to Shekinah and Sarper, whose entire relationship is still based off sex. Since Sarper has been with Shekinah, he's been forbidden to train women because, you know, he's one of those personal trainers, so he's losing money now since he can't train women. He's barely getting by and he has spent all of his savings. So they're planning on him to move to America because Shekinah, that's how I like to say her name, Shekinah, thinks he'll make more money in LA. Sarper's friends are telling him that she's jealous and tells him, don't let her control you like that. Man up. Don't let her control you like that. Shekinah tells her friends that they're getting married and that Sarper will be designing her new nose.
Sarper has actually designed a new nose for me.
What?
Shekinah has now packed up all of her things inside of her friend's car, including her dog Adonis, because she hasn't seen Sarper in 3 months and she just can't take it anymore, even though they've been doing nothing but fighting.
Tried to break up with me.
Excuse me, what? He tried to break up with you and yet you're still getting on a plane going all the way to Turkey? And how do you try to break up with someone? That don't even make no sense. Shekinah tells us Sarper still has his huge bottle collection and that notebook where he tracks all the women that he's slept with. But Shekinah's like, hold up, don't worry, I have a plan. Her plan is to show Sarper the notebook that an ex-boyfriend wrote her that's 143 pages long. She's kept it for like 20 years or something. What is going on? On Sarper's way to pick up Shekinah from the airport, he tells us that he's been living like a priest. And you know he's changed since he's allowing her to bring her dog since he's a bad boy and bad boys have cats.
Mostly bad boys are cat guys because not much big responsibility. You can leave them at home for 3 or 4 days.
Shut up. Once Harper sees Shekinah in the airport, he starts bursting into tears. He's like, boo hoo hoo, but don't look at me. Don't look at me and don't remember ever that I was crying. Ever. I'm a bad boy. The three of them, Sarper, Shekinah, and Adonis, head over to Sarper's house. And once they get inside, Shekinah is pissed to see his bottle collection still there.
I kind of thought Sarper's going to surprise me and I'm going to walk in and they're going to be gone.
Sarper says, I know you don't like it. She says, no, I hate it. I hate it.
I hate it. It's not that I don't like it. I literally hate it.
Let me know, do you have a favorite couple in this hot mess of a cast? Who are you most excited to see? Down in the comments so we can talk about it. And if you haven't already and want to see more videos like this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.